some different quant topics today. So we'll start the session. Yeah, students, can you please yeah, is the presentation visible, students? Can you please confirm? Yes. Can you please confirm? Is the presentation, this question visible to you, students? Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Charvan. Okay, we'll start the question, students. Right. So, students, right. So, what is the difference between the place value of 2 and the face value of 3 in 84332215? Place value depends on, place value means it depends on what is it units place. See, 2, if you look at, students, ones place, tens place, hundreds place. So, the place value of 2 is, students, place value of 2 is 2 into 100, 200. But students, face value means the actual value of this, it of 3 will be, whether it's here or here, face value will be the same 3, students. Face value means, what is the face value of 2 means 2. Face value is 2, place value is 200. Why? Because it's 2 into 100. You can see the difference means 200 minus 3. I can say 197. My answer is choice 1. Right? Okay. Let's take up second question. Any doubt, you can ask me, please. Let's take up second question, students. Can you try this, please? See, Shamil, suppose if I take A, B, C, what is the face value of B means? Face value of B will be, students, B only. Wherever it is, face value means its original value, that is B. What is place value means, students? Place value of B means which place it is, you know, units place, tens place, hundreds place, and all that. So tens place, no, the place value will be 10 into B, 10B. Suppose if I have a number 346, what is the face value of 3? Face value of 3 is, students, 3. What is the place value of 3? Place value of 3 will be, students, this is ones place, tens place, hundreds place. It is hundreds place, students. I can say 100 into 3. Yeah, I think server is a little slow. Yeah, place value is 300. Clear, Shaman? Right. Now here students, how do you say number is divisible by 9 or not? Suppose if I have is A, B, C, D divisible by 9 or not, means sum of the digits should be divisible by 9. That is A plus B plus C plus D should, if it is divisible by 9, the number is divisible by 9. That is the divisibility rule for 9. I'm sure you know, right? Yes, Priya, good. So now, students, it is divisible by 9 means sum of the digits x plus 5 plus 4 plus 6 plus 1 plus 0. This should be divisible by 9. Tell me what is this? 1 plus 6, 7, 11, 16. 16 plus x means, students, 16 plus x should be divisible by 9 means what should be x value? You know, if x is 2, 16 plus 2, 18 will be divisible by 9. So what should be in the place of x? 2. What is the face value of x means 2. Face value means 2, but he's not asking face value, he's asking place value. Place value means, students, you can see it is in ones place, tens, 10 square, 10 cube, 10 power 4, 10 power 5. So it is 2 into 10 power 5. Good. Yes. So 2 into 10 power 5. Good, all of you. Yes, Shamil. Yes, Kashif. That's about the place value. Right. Good. Let's take up one more. Easy question, students. Can you respond? Yes, students. Right. So students, if the numbers are 3:4 ratio means, if two numbers are in the ratio 3:4, yes, Surakshita. Let the numbers be students 3x and 4x. Let the numbers be 3x and 4x. If the numbers are 3x and 4x, what is their highest common factor? Between 3 and 4, there is no common factor, So what is the highest common factor? HCF of 3x and 4x will be students, because 3 and 4 don't have any common factor. The only common factor is x, right? So HCF of 3x and 4x is x, but he says HCF of two numbers is 5 means x value is 5. If x value is 5, the two numbers are 3 5s 15, 4 5s 20. The two numbers are 15 and 20. He is asking product of the two numbers. 15 into 20, how much students? 300. HCF means what? Highest common factor. What is the highest common factor for 3x and 4x means? 3 and 4 will not have any common factor. So x is the common factor, right? So let's go to the next one. What do you mean by triangular number means, students? Triangular number is nothing but, triangular number is a number which is equal to, triangular number is nothing but, students, triangle number is nothing but, a triangle number is nothing but sum of first n numbers. Sum of first n numbers. Suppose students, what is the first triangular number means? Sum of first one number 1. What is the next triangular number means? 1 plus 2, 3. That is the next triangular number. Next triangle number means, students, 1 plus 2 plus 3. Sum of first three numbers is the third triangle number. First triangular number will be 1. Second triangle number will be, students, 1 plus 2, 3. Third triangle number will be 1 plus 2 plus 3, 6. Fourth triangle number means 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. How much it is? 10. The fifth triangular number will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. How much it is, students? 15. Right. Now he is asking, what is the mean? Mean is nothing but average, please. Mean is nothing but average. So what is the average of these numbers means, students? You should add 1 plus 3 plus 6 plus 10 plus 15 by 5, because you're adding 5 numbers. You can see 15 plus 10, 25, 31, 34, 35, 35 by 5, as you all rightly said, students, 7. Good. 35 by 5, 7 there. Yes, sure. Is it okay? I think small calculation mistake. Good, Shamil. Good, Charvani. Yes, students, note down. We'll go to the next one. This is a nice question, students. I would like to wait for your response. Yes, students, I would like to wait for your response. See the numbers there. Try. Let others also try. Students, 5 and 9, what is the difference? 4. 9 and 13, the difference is 4. 13 and 17, the difference is 4. 41, 45, the difference is 4. Just think whether you can get any idea. Right, students? since see, can I multiply this? The question is, students, 1 by 5 into 9 plus 1 by 9 into 13 plus 1 by 13 into 17 and so on till 1 by 41 into 45. And students, if you see, the, as I said already, the gap between the two numbers is 4. So can I multiply and divide them with 4? Can I multiply all of them with 4 and divide by 4? Can I write like this? 1 by 4 into 4 by 5 into 9 plus 4 by 9 into 13 plus 4 by 13 into 17. How do I get idea that I should take multiply and divide by 4? Because there is a gap of 4, right? So students, and so on, 4 by 41 into 45. Why do we do that? Students, 1 by, see, 5 and 9, this 4 by 5 into 9, can I write it as 1 by 5 minus 1 by 9? You know, 1 by 5 is more than 1 by 9. What is 1 by 5 minus 1 by 9, students? If you simplify, see, LCM will be 5 into 9. 5 goes 9 times. 9 goes 5 times. 9 minus 5, is it not 4 into 5 by 9? 4 by 5 into 9, I'm sorry. Is it not 4 by 5 into 9? So friends, so I can write this as 1 by 4 into, yes, Kashyap, good. Students, 1 by 4 into this 4 by 5 into 9, I can write it as 1 by 5 minus 1 by 9. Right? So students, next, this 4 by 9 into 13, I can write it as 1 by 9 minus 1 by 13. You can check. 13 minus 9, 4 by 9 into 13. This 1 by 13 into 7, we can write it as 1 by 13 minus 1 by 17. Right? And so on. This I can write it as system is, I'm writing something, it is coming up slowly, no problem. 1 by 41 minus 1 by 45. Right? So now you can see, students, here 1 by 9 gets cancelled, 1 by 13, 1 by 17 in the next term will, up to this everything will get cancelled. What you will have, students, will be 1 by 4 into 1 by 5 minus, 1 by 5 minus 1 by 5 minus 1 by 45. 1 by 45, which I can write it as, students, 1 by 4 into, right, 1 by 5 minus 1 by 45, LCM is 45, students. 5 goes 9 times, 45 goes 1 time. It is going to be 1 by 4 into, students, 9 minus 1, 8 by 45. You can see 4 2s. 4 2, I'm sorry, 1 second, this is not writing properly. Yeah, it will be, students, 2 by 45. 2 by 45. Your answer is choice 4. Yes. Good, all of you. Yes, yes, Vanilla, good. Kashyap, good. Right? Okay. Any doubts, students? You can ask me if you're not followed. Just a second. Right, students? Okay. Can we go to the next question? So we'll try to cover most of the quant topics, Shamil. Every topic, a couple of questions will be taking. Right, please. Students, what is the value of this? You can see here, students, You can see the pattern, students. In fact, if he has not given this part, it would have been little tough for you to identify what is this series. 2 plus 8 plus 18 plus 32 and so on. What is this series? You might have had some doubt. But now that he has given, you can see it is in the form of 2 into n square, he says. Yes or no? See, this is 2 into 1 square. This is 2 into 2 square. This is 2 into 3 square, 2 into 4 square, till 2 into n square means, students, it is nothing but you want the sum of sigma. Sigma means what? Sum of. Sigma means sum of n numbers I want, which are in the form of, each term is in what form? Each term in the form of 2n square. I'm sorry, each term is in the form of 2n square. Each term in the form of 2 into n square, where n value will be from 1 to n. N value will be 1 to n. So friends, we can write this as sigma 2n square, means I can write sigma 2 into sigma n square. Students, right, 2 into sigma n square. Prithviraj, I'll come back to you. We are already into 6th question. So please let me know, remind me at the end of the class. I'll come back and explain that, right? Okay, please. So 2 into sigma n square. Students, when we take 2 into sigma n square means, students, sigma n square will be sum of first. No, you should ask. No, when I asked you, is there any doubt? You are not asking. So now you are saying even 5th question. I was waiting for you. You see, when I'm explaining some other question, now you are saying that you didn't understand. When I asked you, you didn't respond. Okay, please remind me those 2 questions. I will do it at the end of the session, please. Right, 2 into sigma n square. If I take 2 into sigma n square, sigma n square means nothing but, students, I'm sure you all know sum of first n numbers means, students, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to sum of n numbers means formula. I'm sure you might have learned in school days. I'll just remind you once again. It is n into n plus 1 by 2. In your earlier classes, regular classes also you might have learned. Similarly, 1 square, 2 square, 3 square up to, students, n square will be what? Sum of n squares will be formula, students, n into n plus 1 into, come on please, it's writing slowly, system. 2n plus 1 by 6. I'm sure you know these rules. One more I tell you, though it's not required for this question. This is not required, only this is required, but I'm just telling you the rules. Similarly, if you recall, sum of first n cubes, 1 cube, 2 cube, 3 cube and so on till n cube, students. What is sum of first n cubes means formula? Students, I'm sure you know, n into n plus 1 by 2 whole square. N into n plus 1 by 2 whole square. Okay, n into n plus 1 by 2 whole square. These are the 3 formulae which are very useful, please, for you in different questions there. So now your question is about sigma n square, means sigma n square is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. If you substitute, students, here 2 into n into n plus 1 into this, what is sigma n square you got, students? N into sigma n square means sum of first n squares, n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6, 2n plus 1 by 6. You can say 2 1s, 2 3s. This is your answer. N into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 3. Your answer is, as you rightly said, Charwani, Sai Kashyap. The answer is 1. Good. Right? Please note down, students. If you have any doubt, let me know. Each term is in the form of 2 into n square. So sum of n terms, n sigma 2n square means, what do you mean by sigma 2n square? I have to add numbers which are in the form of 2n square, where n value is 1 to n. N value is 1 to n. So sigma n 2 into sigma 2n square will be 2 into sigma n square. Sigma n square formula we are just substituting. So this question is as good as asking you what is sigma n square formula. Okay. So I repeat, Prithviraj, what I said, each term is in the form of 2 into 1 square, 2 into 2 square, 2 into 3 square, 2 into 4 square, till 2 into n square. You take 2 common, otherwise, see, if it's just simple, it's as simple as this. You take 2 common. If you take 2 into 1 square, 2 into 2 square, forget about sigma and all that, 2 into 3 square, and so on, 2 into n square. If I take 2 common, students, it is 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square up to n square. So as I said, sum of n squares formula is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. 2 3s, right? Okay. Clear? Okay. Let's go to the next question, students. Hope, Prithviraj, I am clear. Right. Now, students, coming to comparing, converting, these recurring decimals into P by Q form, let me just tell you one shortcut. Students, there are 2 things. If it is fully recurring decimal means, students, all terms will be recurring. Suppose, students, if I have 0.3 bar, that means what? 0.33333 and so on. How do you convert into fraction means, students? Remove the decimal, take this entire decimal part as numerator by 19. Why 19? Because only 1 digit is recurring. Suppose, student, listen carefully, na? 0.35 bar if I take. What do you mean by 35 bar? 35, 35, 35, like this. 2 digits are recurring means, students, let your fraction is going to be, what is the decimal part? 3535 by, since 2 digits are recurring, you put 2 nines. Students, if it is 0.35, say 6 bar, what does it mean? 0.356, 356, and so on. That means 3 digits are recurring. So what we do, students, 356 by, come on, please, how many ones are, how many digits are recurring? 3 digits. So 3 nines. Okay, 3 nines. This is about, students, if it is fully recurring decimal. Now coming to partially recurring decimal, students. This is interesting. Partially recurring decimal means what happens is, students, partially recurring decimal means partially recurring decimal, what we do, students, is, suppose if I have 0.35 bar, bar is only on 5, please, not on 3. That means what? Only 5 is recurring, 3 is not recurring. It is like this. So what it is equal to, students, listen carefully. This is important. This is too easy. First one is too easy. Now, friends, this is also easy, but just need to remember this, please. So, friends, 35, take the decimal part 35. What is the decimal part? 35 minus, take the entire decimal part minus the non-recurring part. What is the non-recurring part? 3 by, how many digits are recurring, students? 1 digit. What did I say? As many nines as the number of digits recurring, I said. 1 digit is recurring means 1 9. That's okay, but it's not the end of it. Students, followed by as many zeros as the number of digits not recurring. How many digits are not recurring? 1 digit. So I'll put 1 0. Listen carefully. I'll explain again. 0.35 bar means, students, 35 minus the non-recurring part 3 by, 1 digit is recurring, so 1 9. 1 digit is not recurring, 1 0. Let me give you more examples. Suppose, friends, if I have 0.356 bar, bar is on 5 6. What does it mean? Not on 3. It is only, students, 5 6 is recurring. 5 6 is recurring, students. 5 6 is recurring. 3 is not recurring. So what we do, students? I said 356 minus, what is the non-recurring part? Non-recurring part 3 by, how many digits are recurring? 2 digits. So 2 nines, followed by, how many digits are not recurring? 1 digit. So 1 0. You can simplify that. 353 by 990, you write it, cancel it, whatever is possible. Let's see, please. Let me modify this now. If it is like this, students, 0.356 bar, only 6 is recurring, 35 is not recurring. It is like this, please. 0.35666 and so on. So what is happening here is, students, only 6 is recurring, 35 is not recurring. So what is the equivalent fraction now? 356 minus what is the non-recurring part here, students? 35 is not recurring. So minus the non-recurring part 35 by how many digits are recurring? Only one digit. So 19, followed by how many digits are not recurring? 2 digits. So 2 zeros. Right? Hope I'm clear by now. So now, friends, here I have 0.0757. And the students, the decimal is recurring part is 57. Only 57 is recurring. 07 is not recurring. So what we do, students? 0757 means 757. Right, minus what is the non-recurring part here? Whether you write 0 or not doesn't matter. That's why I'm not writing. Anyhow, let me write 0757 minus what is the non-recurring part? 07 by how many digits are recurring? 2 digits. So 2 nines. Come on, please. Followed by how many digits are not recurring? 2 digits. So 2 zeros. So friends, right? So friends, so I can say now this is 757 minus 750. Come on, server is a bit slow. Yeah, by 9900. By 9900. So you can simplify, students. 1 0 gets cancelled. Right? You can say 15 5 75. 15 6 are 90. 15 6 are 90. As you rightly said, students, my answer is, I'll write it here. My answer is 1 second. Yeah, 5 by 66. Okay, right. Yeah, please note down. We'll go to the next question. Good, all of you, whoever has answered. Right, please. Done. Let's go to the next question. This one I think you can answer, please. I'm sure simple interest formula you know. Student, simple interest is equal to PNR by 100 or PTR by 100. This is simple interest formula, I'm sure you know. Total amount formula means P into 1 plus NR by 100. These are the two formulae for simple interest. In the simple interest, to find interest, to find amount. You can a sum becomes 7 by 5 times of itself means this is becoming the total amount is 7 by 5 times. If the sum is P, students, the amount is 7 by 5 times of P equals to P into 1 plus how many years, please? In 5 years. N is 5 into R by 100. You have to find R. Just substitute this is second formula, amount formula. Sum becomes 7 by 5. It is becoming 7 by 5 times means the total amount is 7 by 5 times. It's not the interest, please, right? You can see, students, P gets. I'm going to tell you orally also. This first I'm telling you, then I can tell you how you can say without putting a dot on the paper, how you can answer also. We'll discuss. Good, Surakshita. So now, friends, this one comes here, students. 7 by 5 minus 1 equals to 5 into R by 100. You can see 520, students. See, 7 by 5 minus 1 will be 2 by 5. 2 by 5 is equal to R by 20. Students, you can say 5 fours. Cross multiply. R is equal to how much? 8%. R is equal to 8%. Yes. Yes, vanilla. Good. So this is the answer, please. I'm not doing anything. Just these are the two formula you might have learned in your basic classes. I'm just applying the total amount formula. Amount is 7 by 5 times of principal. Students, now if you are good at fractions and equivalent percentages, see, it is becoming 7 by 5 times means how much more than 1? 7 by 5 is how much more than 1? I'm sure you all can answer. Can you respond? 7 by 5 means how much more than 1, students? How much it is increasing? 7 by 5 means it is increasing by 2 by 5. Am I right? Good, Kashyap. It is increasing by 2 by 5. 2 by 5 it is becoming 7 by 5 times means it is 7 by 5 means you can say 7 and 5 2 difference by 5 2 by 5 it is increasing. Am I right? It is increasing by 2 by 5. 2 by 5 is what percentage? If you recall speed maths classes you learned, they're equal, 2 by 5 is what percentage, friends? 2 by 5 is 40%. I'm sure you can say 1 by 5 is 20%, 2 by 5 is 40%. So it is increasing by 40% means your interest is nothing but increase. It is increasing by 40%, right? It is increasing by 40% in how many years, please? In 5 years. In 5 years, if it is increasing by 40%, in 5 years, if it is increasing by 40%, in 1 year, it increases by what percent? Can't you say if 5 years, if it is 40%, 1 year it will be 40 by 5, 8%. Increase is nothing, rate of interest is nothing but rate of increase. What do you mean by I'm paying interest? I'm paying more than what I borrowed. I'm paying 7 by 5 times of what I borrowed means how much extra I'm paying. I'm paying 2 by 5 extra, or I'm paying 40% extra. Why I have to pay 40% extra? That means the interest is 40%. For how many years it is 40%? For 5 years. For 5 years, if it is 40%, for 1 year it is 8%. It's as simple as this. So I told you basic approach, friends, using the formula. If anybody is not followed the second one, at least the first one, straightforward formula based question. But writing on the paper will take time. You have to use your fractions from speed maths class to your advantage, please. Right? Okay, let's go to the next one, please. See, Suyog, I told you already 2 times. Again, you expect me to say again. See, we have to move on, Amma. See, you need to say, I said what? 7 by 5. Again, I'll be repeating. I already told you 3 times. 7 by 5 means how much more? You are paying 7 by 5 times of what you borrowed. Why sum becomes 7 by 5 times means how much it is excess. 7 by 5 means it is nothing but 2 by 5. You are paying 2 by 5 excess. You are paying 2 by 5 excess means 2 by 5 is the interest. 2 by 5 is what percentage? So it is 40%. Right? 1 by 5 is 20%, 2 by 5 is 40%. So the interest is 40% for 5 years. For 5 years, if it is 40%, per year it is 8%. 8% per annum. Per year it is 8%. Right? Okay. Yeah, this one also you should, come on please, you should try to minimize your writing. Students, if I tell you the basic approach, Anirudh lent an amount of 15,000 in 2 parts. 15,000 in 2 parts. Let's say one part is A, another part is B. So you are dividing 15,000 into 2 parts means one equation you can write, students, A plus B is 15,000. Because you are dividing 15,000 into 2 parts. First part at what rate, please? 12% per annum. Second part, what percent, please? 15% per annum. At the end of the year, he earned an interest of this. Students, at the end of the year means time is only 1 year. See, simple interest for 12% for 1 year will be 12%. So the interest is nothing but 12% of A. Don't write again interest is equal to PNR by 100. Don't write all the stories, please. Principal is A, N is 1, R is 12. See, that's what I'm doing, please. Simple interest, you should say if interest is 1 year, 12%. For 2 years means 12, 2 is 24%. That's what happens now if you multiply 12 into 2, 24% like this. Yes, what about here? 1 year only 15%. So 15% of B. This will be equal to the total interest, which is 2010. So students, if I take 12A plus 15B equals to students, this 100 goes other side into 100, 2010 into 100 means 2 more zeros. But now you got this, please. Now you want to know, students, what was the amount lent at 12% per annum means you need A value. If you need A value, cancel B. See, there is one variable, one equation, There are two variables A and B, one equation here, one more equation here. Students, I have 15B here, I have 1B means multiply this equation with 15, please, both sides. If you multiply with 15, what happens, students? 15A, yes, please, 15B, 15A plus 15B will be 15 into 15, 225. 15 into 15, 225,000. But students, 12A plus 15B, I'll tell you shortcut also, but first let me explain you this. 12A into 15B will be, students, 12A into 15B if you take will be 2,01,000. If you simplify, 15B gets cancelled. 12A minus 15 minus 12, 3A equals to, students, 225 minus 201, 24,000. Come on, please, 24,000. 8,000 students. 8,000. A is equal to 8,000. A is equal to 8,000. So what I said, please, 15,000 you are dividing into two parts. Let us say A and B. A plus B is 15,000. The first part at 12% for 1 year. Second part 15% for 1 year. Total interest is 2010 means 12% of A plus 15% of B equals 2010. This is one equation. A plus B is 15,000, one equation. We'll get the answer. First you try. Then I will try to tell you, push you a little bit with calculations, please. Any doubt in this, first of all? Done? Right, friends. Students, if you have to be good in calculations, please. If you're writing any entrance, any competitive exam, your calculation ability for quant should be simply superb. This is what makes difference, please. See, I can tell you one thing, please. This 15,000 rupees, certain portion you are dividing at 12%, certain portion at 15%. So entire thing is divided 12. Now he is asking how much is given at 12%. Listen carefully, students, because if I keep repeating more number of times the same thing, will not be completing the paper then, right? So because already I told you the basic approach, I'm telling you second approach. If that is again repeated so many times, you will not be able to make progress. Please listen carefully. Students, 15,000, suppose everything is lent at 15%. What will be the interest? Everything is lent at 15%. What will be the interest means, students? Simple. 10% will be, I'm sure you have to be good in calculation. In mind you should do, not on the paper, please. Come on, please listen carefully. 15,000, 10% is 1,500. Yes, 10% of 15,000 is 10%. You should not write on the paper. I'm just writing to convince you. 10% of 15,000 is 1,500. 5% will be 750. 5% is half of 10. This will be 15% will be 2250. If everything is lent at 15%, students, I would have got 2250. But how much I got, students? 2010. How much interest less I am getting? How much less I got, students? I got 240 less. Why? Why? Because I'm not lending everything at 15%. Something is lent at 12%. So this 240 is shortfall because some money out of this 15,000 is not lent at 15%. It is lent at 12%. Am I clear? So friends, here how much less? The rate of interest is how much less? 3% less, please. So 3% less. So this 3% of this principal is less. So this 240 is nothing but 3%, friends. 1 second, Amma. Again, don't write like this. 3% of this money is 240. If you're going to write like this, you will not be able to attempt a good number of questions in the exam, students. I'm saying 10% is 1500, 5% is 750. If everything is lent at 15%, interest should be 2250. But interest is not 2250, interest is 2010, because everything is not lent at 15%, something is also lent at 12%. That's why it is 2010 or 240 less. I'm getting 240 less because a portion of my money is lent at 12% or 3% less. It is lent at 3% less rate, but it is I'm getting 240 less interest, means this 240 is nothing but 3%. Students, can't you say orally, wait a minute, if 3% is 240, what is 1%, students? 380. Can you say it or not? If 3% is 240, 1% is 80. 1% is 80 means 100% will be 8,000. That's what I expect you to say, not writing 3% of. See, if I write it, I can make you comfortable, but I don't want you to be comfortable, please. 3% of the original money is 240. So you can see, please, 380 is, what is this money means? I can say 8,000. What is this money means? This money is 8,000. So if everything is lent at 15%, total will be 2250. But I got 2010 means 240 less interest I am receiving, because certain money I am giving at less rate of 12% means 3% less. Because it is 3% less, it is 240 less. 3% is 240. 1% is 80. Our total is 8,000. So 12% rate of interest, how much I am lending means 8,000. If you are comfortable, do it. Otherwise, the previous method, equation method, what I said, just follow that, please. Here also you should write only one, students. You should only write one equation. Don't write things. What is the simple interest good thing? For 1 year it is 10%, please. For 2 years it is 20%. For 3 years it is 30%. For 4 years 40%. Or for 1 year if it is 15%, 2 years it is 30%, 3 years 45%, 4 years 60%. Our rate of interest is 20% per annum. For 2 years it will be 40, 3 years it will be 60, because it is simple interest. Interest for any 1 year is same. Yes or no? So please try this. Students, you can see B borrowed some money from Q. What is the rate of interest, please? 10% per annum for first 2 years, 12% per annum for the next 3 years, and 15% per annum after 5 years. This 2 plus 3, 5 years gone now, for beyond 5 years. Good, Surakshita, Kashyap. If P paid 5332 as interest after 7 years, this is interest for 7 years, means, students, you need 7 years. This is 2 plus 3, 5 years gone, means it will be another 2 years. See, first 2 years 10%, next 3 years 12%. After 5 years, for the remaining 2 years, total 7 years, no, for remaining 2 years it is 15%. Simple, students. 10% into 2, 20%, 12% into 3, 36%, 15% into 2, 30%, means you can see, students, 20 plus 36 plus 30, total interest is what percent? 86%. So students, interest is 86%. Interest is calculated on what? On the principal. So 86% of principal is 5332. You can always find principal, students. You can see P is equal to, you can calculate, students, 86, this will be only 2 will go, 2 6 are only will be 12. So it can't be 66 or anything. You calculate, it will be 62. P is equal to 6200. Choice 1. Right? Yes, please note down. Any question you can ask me now. $10% for first 2 years, 20%. 12% for the next 3 years, 12 is 36%. 15% for period beyond 5 years, that is after 5 years, it is 15%. and you have total 7 years means students, it will be 2 more years, 30%. So total comes to 86%. Done? Right. What is the difference between simple interest and compound interest for 2 years means students? There is a formula. I'm sure for 1 year there is a difference is 0, nil. For 2 year students, the difference is going to be, formula is what students? P into R square by 100 square. That's what I need here for this question. We'll come back and do that. Though it's not required, I'm just quickly reminding you, for 3 year students, the difference between compound interest and simple interest will be 300 plus R into PR square by 100 cube. Okay, so friends, if you look at here, the difference for 2 years is asking. No, Suyok, what I'm saying, what are you typing, man? I'm asking difference, you are typing simple interest. Why do you need simple interest? I told you, I'm telling a shortcut here. Why do you calculate simple interest? Why do you calculate compound interest? I'm saying something, listen, no? Right? So I said difference for 2 years is P into R square by 100 square. What is the difference here? 10,000 into R square, 15 square, 15 into 15 by 100 square, 100 into 100. 100 into 100, 10,000, 10,000 gets cancelled, 15 into 15, 225. It's as simple as this. Good, Priya, good, Kashyap. Okay, hope you're clear, sure. Right. Listen, when I'm explaining some rules, you try to see, I have not started the question, I'm explaining some concept. You are busy solving the question. So then what happens, once I finish it, you will not, you will have a doubt. Right? If I'm solving the question, you can do in your own way. I don't have a problem. When I'm telling you the shortcut formula, just take care of it. Right, please. Let's go to the next one, students. Note down these formulae, students. Right. This is interesting, please. What is the difference between compound interest on 12,000 at 20% per annum for 1 year when compounded half yearly and half yearly? Students, whoever has taken, what we would have taken, students, is we would have explained you the compound interest and simple interest concept, drawing a table, especially compound interest year after year, how it is increasing kind of thing. Same principle you can apply and get the answer, please. See, I'll do it. See, forget about 12,000. We'll come back later, friends. Suppose if I take 100 rupees, friends, if you're compounding yearly, what happens? So compounded yearly means, students, at the end of 1 year, I calculate 20% interest. 20% of 100 is 20. The total amount is 120. Or the interest earned is only 20 rupees. This is compounded yearly. He is asking only at the end of 1 year, right? He is not asking more. For 1 year only he is asking. For 2 years, suppose if he is asking, next again I'll take 20% on 120 and do it. But now compounded half yearly means, students, if the rate of interest is 20% per annum, for first half year, students, effective rate will be 10%. 20% for full year. For half year, it will be 10%. 10% of 100 is 10. It is 110 at the end of first half year. You have to keep on adding interest. That's what is compound interest is all about. For second half year, students, it will be again 10% on 110. 10% on 110 is 11. It is 121. Right? So 100 has become 121 means what are the interest, students? Interest is, students, 21. Simple, see, when you are compounding yearly, it is coming to 20 rupees. Compounding half yearly, it is coming to 21 means, students, you can see the difference is 1 per 100. When the principal is 100, there is a difference of 1 means I can say the difference is 1%. Charvan, I have not yet completed. You already typed explain again, right? So it is 1%. So difference is 1%, please. 1% of 1%. Why I'm saying the difference per 100 rupees, it is 1 rupee. See, when I take let the principal be for some time 100 rupees. Rate of interest is 20% per annum means for 1 year how much interest means 20% of 120. The total amount will be 120 or only interest if I ask you 120 rupees if you are compounding annually, yearly. If you are compounding half yearly means what you do? 20% per annum means what is the rate of interest is? What do you mean by 20% per annum? Per 100 for 1 year I am charging 20 rupees. But every 6 months you are compounding means every 6 months you have to add interest means for full year if it is 20%, for half year if it is 10%, 10% of 110, 110. Second half year it is 10% on this 110 because interest is kept on added in compound interest, you know. 10% of 110 is 11, it becomes 121. 100 is becoming 121 means the interest portion is 21. So interest is 21 rupees here per 100. Interest is 20 means the difference is 1 per 100. Per 100 means 1%. So the difference is 1% here. 1% of the principal. So it is 12,000 means what is 1% of 12,000? I'm sure you can say, don't have to write like this. 1% of 12,000 is 120. So this way, students, if you can do it, you can use it fast. I can tell you a formula, but you know the formula will take more time. What are the formulas, students? The total amount is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power n. When interest is compounded yearly, you use this formula. When interest is compounded half yearly, what formula you use? Come on, please. Interest is compounded half yearly. What formula we use? Amount is equal to P into 1 second. P into 1 plus R by 200 because it's compounding half yearly whole power 2n. So because this is what. So here you can write total amount is 12,000 into 1 plus 20 by 100 whole power 1. Here 12,000 into 1 plus 20 by 200 whole power 2 times because you are compounding half yearly. You do that, you can find the difference, but these things will take more time. That's why I'm taking this. I'm sure if you have attended, if any of you missed the simple interest compound interest class, this session we will not be able to do everything that. But somebody who attended the simple interest compound interest basics in your regular classes, I'm sure this is how we start taking some 1,000 rupees and we write the table. How simple interest year after year becomes, how compound interest increases year after year. Right? Okay. Let's take up the next one, please. Students, first of all, he's asking they worked for 9 days. What percent of work is left? We will do it later. Normally, how do we do time and work questions? Means students, there are two broad approaches for time and work. One is unitary method. Another is LCM method. Unitary method, students, we assume the work as 1 unit. For example, if I ask you when they will finish it, we'll see in 9 days what they do. So they worked for 20 days. A will complete the work in 20 days means in 1 day, A will do how much work means 1 by 20th of job because work is 1. Okay. Students, B will complete the work in how many days? 50 days means students in 1 day, B will take students 1 by 50th job. If they work for 1 day, how much work is done means students? If they work for 1 day, how much work is done by both A and B means students, we will say 1 by 20 plus 1 by 50 in 1 day. I'm talking about this is in 1 day. LCM is 100, 25 students, 25 is 100, 50, 2 is 100. So you can say 7 by 100th work is done in 1 day. If I ask you how many days the entire work will be done means you will say 100 by 7 days and get the answer. How many days the work will be completed means 100 by 7 days. 1 day's work is 7 by 100 means number of days is 100 by 7. But now he's not asking in how many days the work is completed. They work for 9 days means how much work is completed. In 1 day 7 by 100 means in 9 days students. So 7 by 9 into 7 by 100 you can see 63 by 100. See, 63 by 100 means 63% work is completed. If 63% work is completed, how much is pending means you will say pending work will be 37%. Students, sorry, pending work is how much? Pending work is, students, 63% is done means 37% is pending. 37 by 100 or 37% is pending. This is unitary method. Basically, this is how you find the 1 day's work. How many days means 100 by 7 days or 9 days, how much you do. But this, you know, the basic idea behind the second approach is, students, see, anyhow you have to find LCM later on. Instead of finding LCM later on, find the initially itself the work as, instead of taking work as 1 unit, students, instead of taking work as 1 unit, we take work as number that is divisible, the number that is easy for calculation. So here 20 and 50 there, let us assume the work as a number that is, what do you mean by LCM, friends? LCM is a number that is divisible by the given number. So take a number that is divisible by these given numbers 20 and 50. Let us say work is, see, now if you assume like this, you can do in your mind quick calculations. If the work is 100 units, students, work is 100 units, sorry, let's say they said there is some problem with the server, so anyhow we'll not wait for it, we'll keep doing, please. Work is 100 units. So friends, now if total work is 100 units, A is taking 20 days to do that, means in 1 day how much work A do means to students, 1 day's work of A means, I can say, students, 100 by 25 units. How I got 5? 100 by 20. 20 days they are doing 100 units, means in 1 day they do this. How are this 5 has come? 100 by 20, please. 100 by, I'm sorry, 1 second. Just a second, please. Yeah, please. How we can do it means, students will say 100 by 20. 100 by 20 will be 5. Similarly, students, 1 day's work of B means, students, what is 1 day's work of B means, students? We take 50 days means 1 day's work will be 100 by 52 units. So that means 1 day A and B together will do how much work means, students, you can say, now you can calculate without writing much on the paper orally, 5 plus 2, 7 units. In 1 day, if they are doing 7 units, in 9 days, how much work they will do means 7 into 9, 63 units. 7 into 9, 63 units. If they are doing 63 units, that means 63 out of 100, 63% they are completing, 37% is pending. 63% completed. He is asking what percent of the work is left. Leftover work will be 37%. I'm sorry, leftover work will be, come on please, leftover work will be 37%.